Oh, Las Vegas. A city built on the idea of speculative risk, a boozy good time, and maybe even bumping the occasional shoulders with an Elvis impersonator. A city that once housed the musical stylings of Wayne Newton and that annoying shiny mute Blue Man group. What's up with that? Oh, but I forgot to mention that that town has now been taken over by freaking zombies. Army of the Dead. You gory, beautiful return to form. You're a magnificent bastard, aren't you? In the mainstream tainted world that is post-apocalyptic cinema, this movie shines that beautiful light into the darkness. Other than the master of the undead himself, George Romero, I'm not really sure that anyone else could even touch a movie as well as Zack Snyder could and pull this thing off. This being Zack Snyder's second adventure into the world of zombies, this man clearly didn't miss a beat. From the opening keystrokes of Richard Cheese and Viva Las Vegas, to the zombie fucking tigers, this movie does everything I want in an undead movie. So sit back, relax, and stay up all night to review Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. The plot follows when Dave Bautista, he and a gang of ragtag renegades venture deep into the ruins of an isolated event in Las Vegas to crack open a rich man's safe. Oh, but you know what, I forgot to mention that the gang is racing the clock against a nuclear bomb that is closing in less than 24 hours. Now, one might ask themselves, why? Why in the hell would the former WWE champion risk his life in a zombie-filled city? Well, I'll tell you why. $50 million. I mean, that might even convince me. I personally haven't enjoyed a zombie film this much since Zombieland. Now, I'm not saying that this movie is perfect by any stretch of the imagination, because every film has its flaws, but I have a lot more positive things to say about this movie than negative. So right out of the gate, let's talk a little bit about the pacing. Clocking in at just over 2 hours long, this film does everything it needs to do to establish the characters, set the events into motion, and yet at the end of this joyride, I found myself kind of wanting more. And no, that doesn't mean I want a 4-hour Snyder cut, so calm your tits, HBO Max. Let's touch a little bit on the characters a bit, shall we? This movie, under the rotting, fleshy skin, it's a heist movie. Let's be honest. It is what it is. It's Ocean 11 with fucking zombies. But you know, that's what I think helps this film stand out. But the plot is only as good as the characters that are equipped with that script. Each character has a wonderful but small background to each of them. And honestly, I love that. We don't spend 20 minutes fleshing each and every character out in their little mundane lives, but more along the lines of showing off of who they are. One character that absolutely stood out to me was a YouTube personality that kills zombies, pawns their jewelry, and does it all on his show. How fun is that? So Zack Snyder actually served as the director of photography on this film, and I'll say this, it looks great. The kills are brutal, the cinematography is clean for the most part, and the small sprinkles of visual comedy that he trickles throughout this entire movie just kind of hit right. With all the praise that I'm giving this movie, it kind of hurts my soul just a little bit to shit on some of the aspects here and there. One thing in particular that bothers me the most is the lack of overarching villains. Yeah, it's a zombie movie, I get that. But it's also a goddamn heist film. With that being said, I feel like too many characters don the hat of villain throughout this entire film. Not that I was having an issue keeping up with each and every character, it's just there didn't really feel to be much at stake. And when I say the cinematography was clean, for the most part, I mean just that, for the most part. There's some really dark scenes in this movie, and I don't mean metaphorically. The visuals are really locked into a dark pastel color, very Michael Bay-esque. And I get it. Zack Snyder is known for his, well, darkness. I mean, look at Batman v Superman, for Christ's sakes. But I mean, think about it. We're in Vegas. Sin City. Neon lit to the brim. We get darkness. My other gripe about the film would be just that. How little of Las Vegas we actually get to see. With the exception of a few establishing shots here and there, I feel like we spend a good chunk of the movie indoors. If the film was better lit, I probably wouldn't be complaining about it so much. Now I'm going to touch a little bit on that ending. I watched this movie twice. The first time around, I did not like that ending. It left a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth. But upon the second viewing, I have to say, the ending is, well, it's good. It's the way a horror film should end, I guess. I mean, not to mention that there's a prequel already in development, Army of Thieves, which I'm actually looking forward to. It's been slated as a romantic heist film. Don't know how that's going to work out, but I'll be there. With all of that being said, I'm extremely hopeful for a bright future for this franchise, so I'm excited to see where Zack Snyder takes it, even if maybe he doesn't direct another one. I don't care. Either way, I kind of want this universe to continue. So the verdict is out, and I personally love this movie. And I'm pretty sure that everybody else here at Up All Night enjoys the film as well. I mean, I'm definitely going to be adding a physical copy to my collection if or when we ever do get a physical copy. And although this film may not be for everyone, I do think we can all agree on one thing. It definitely gives Dave Bautista the right platform to show that he's more than capable of playing Marcus Phoenix in a Gears of War film. So, overall, we here at Up All Night Reviews give the film an 8 out of 10. So don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms for more Up All Night Reviews.